In the Wimmera Southern Mallee that I work in, our main grass issues are ryegrass, brome grass, wild oats are becoming a lot more prevalent. We see a little bit of barley grass, but our main focus, grass weeds, definitely ryegrass. Ryegrass is an amazing weed. It's so genetically diverse that it will become resistant very quickly to any new herbicide we throw at it. So we're constantly having to change what we do, rotate chemistry. The Wimmera and Southern Mallee have a huge emphasis on pulse crops for a number of reasons. We're lucky enough to have neutral pH soils that actually allow pulses to grow really well, which is a bit unique for Australia. They've also historically been the part of our rotation where we can clean up a lot of our grass weeds. The main issue is large-scale Group A resistance. That's increasingly becoming more prevalent. Over time, they're developing more and more tolerance. We're still heavily reliant on clethodim. We're starting to use brotroxatim too. The introduction of pre-emergence is becoming a huge part of growing pulses. Recently we've introduced brotroxatim, which has definitely helped. Foliar Group A grass selectives has been the main strategy of controlling grass weeds. Pulse production now is a combined system using multiple herbicides to achieve a grass-free crop at the end of the year. That's what I'm looking for, is to have no particularly ryegrass at the end and achieve our break scenario. To do that, using a mixture of pre-emergence now, still using grass selectives and definitely desiccating at the end of the year now. Ultro has been a fantastic herbicide. It's achieved really robust, consistent control, which is fantastic. The main advantages that I've seen from Ultro in pulse systems in the Wimmera is the fact that it doesn't bind to stubble too badly. It's reasonably water soluble. It activates with sort of minimal rainfall, which can be a challenge in dry starts. It's been incredibly reliable compared to some of its competitors, and it gives long-term control. I think we're getting sort of that 8 weeks plus, which is great for a pre-emergent. Pretty much no resistance to it, which is fantastic, so incredibly active. And marry that with the fact that its consistency of performance, given it works well in sort of wet and dry conditions. Ultro is an incredibly safe product. I've never seen any crop safety issues at all. Lentils are a really touchy crop to crop damage that we've got to deal with every year. Ultro can be applied IBS in a knife point press wheel system for all pulse crops. It can also be used post-sow pre-emergent in chickpeas. The post-sow pre-emergent application gives the added bonus of giving entire coverage of the paddock and not losing that shoulder of the knife point row where we often miss some control with most of our other pre-emergent options. ADAMA's been very good at showing it in their herbicide matrix trials, and it's been a consistent performer, and we are using it now as a standard control in some of the farming systems. Growers have really enjoyed using Ultro. The main thing they like is just how well it's performed on ryegrass. Ultro controlling ryegrass that's resistant to Group A's is dynamite, really. Going forward, as farmers see how well it works, I'm sure they're going to use more and more of it and see the value from using Ultro.